Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Gebo the Shaman. And what does that mean? So the title of this video is I believe what's in a name? What does my name mean? Well, so this is going to be a pretty short video. So my name means, well, my name is a rune, and if you'll just give me a second, I will show you the rune. Just a sec. Okay, I'm back. So what's in a name? So my name, Gebo the Shaman. The rune, there's a rune called Gebo. There's a rune called Gebo, and this is the rune. I'll show it to you. You can see that. So that's the rune. It looks like an X, and that's part of my logo too. And basically that's the rune. And so what are runes? So runes are, it's really, there's a lot that goes into this, but runes are essentially seed sounds, like in Vedic astrology or the Vedic system. We have mantras. So we have like Bija Mantras, like Aing, Shring, Ring, Kling. Those mantras are the seed sounds. The Bija Mantras are the seed sounds. So these the runes that I use for divination and things like that, these are pretty much the same thing. They are so the Bija Mantras would be that would correspond to Shakti energy, so like power. But this stuff corresponds to the web of weird, what we call the web of weird. And so this is the thing that the universe is made out of. It's basically the fabric of the universe. And so these runes have different meanings associated to them. Basically, they are a symbol of energy. So they're a symbol of energy, and they have different associations with them. So energy can manifest in different forms. For example, we have the different elements. So we have wood, fire, water, ether, and air, right? So and earth, right? So these are all different manifestations of energy. So anyway, so these are all different manifestations of energy. So energy manifests in different ways. Well, these runes are also different manifestations of energy. So for example, this rune here, this rune Gebo, it means a free exchange of energy, like an open exchange of energy. So example, giving and receiving, like freely giving and freely receiving, with no hesitation, with no with no like regard for your own needs, or because the thing is, when you're giving, when you're truly giving, it comes from the heart, right? When you truly want to give somebody a gift, it comes from the heart. And so there's no like selfishness attached to that. But when you're when you're giving in hopes of getting, that comes from your psychological programming. And that's not Gebo. Gebo is the free giving and receiving of information, and of the giving and receiving of information, of gifts, of energy. Energy can take all kinds of forms, whether it's gifts or energy or gifts or information, or anything that can help somebody grow. So for example, me, what I'm trying to do is trying to start my life coaching business. That's really what I want to do, what I'm passionate about. And so when I do my life coaching services, I'm doing that. I'm giving from my heart, and in exchange, I'm rewarded with money, right? So that's how that works. So it has to be this mutual exchange. So it doesn't work if one side is always giving and the other side is always receiving. It doesn't work if nobody's giving and if nobody's receiving. So yeah. So Gebo is like the free exchange of energy. So the exchange of energy that comes from the heart center, that like, it's kind of like what the passions that you would do anyway, that you would share with the world to live out your soul desire. So that's what I'm doing. So so Gebo the Shaman. Now, why did I pick this rune Gebo in the first place? Right? That's a good question. Well, this rune, Gebo, starts with the sound ge, and ge corresponds to my moon placement in astrology. So if you do a Vedic astrology reading with me, then you can go ahead and do that up here at vincent.thunderwizard.com. You see that? Vincent.thunderwizard.com. It'll also be linked down in the description. And there I will give you your own spiritual name. So the name Gebo I chose because in the calculations that I do for my astrology clients and myself, the nakshatra that my moon is placed in. So we have, like, in Vedic astrology, we have the sign, which is 30 degrees, and then we have the nakshatra, which is, smaller. There's 2.5 nakshatras in each sign. So we have the nakshatra, which is smaller, and then we have the padas of that nakshatra, which are the quarters. They're divided into 4. So we have four quarters of that nakshatra, and then we have a seed sound linked with each pada. So let's say here, I'll go ahead and look it up real quick. My moon placement. I know my moon is in Dhanishta Nakshatra Pada 1, I believe. Or maybe it's not. Let me see here. Just a second. Got my Pada 4. Okay. So if you have your moon in Dhanishta Nakshatra Pada 4, that means that the seed sound associated with that is ge. So Ge. So basically, when people call you by this name, a name that starts with what resonates with your moon placement, that will stimulate your mind. And so in my astrology videos, I talk about this. I talk about what is the mind, what is the moon represent. The moon is our meditative mind. It's our heart mind. It's our emotional mind, because the moon has to do with water, has to do with it's always in flux, just like our emotions. It's always waxing, it's always waning. It's controls the tides, high tide, low tide. So yeah. So so when you call yourself by your spiritual name, that will get you operating more from your heart mind and less from your intellect. So yeah, that's what it does, is it gets you operating more from your heart center. And so everybody wants to be more connected to their heart center, so that's a good way to do that. So this is why we call it a spiritual name. It also gets you to interact with people more consciously and more constructively, because normally we're operating from our intellect, and we're just we're not very concerned with others' feelings, or things like that. We're just operating from our intellect. So this is a good way to get into the heart center, into the heart space, and really feel what people are telling you, rather than just understand it up here. Really get into the feelings of it, and really get into the energy behind it. Because somebody could say something to you, and you would have one response if you just respond with your intellect, but you would have another response if you responded with your heart, right? So yeah, there's this thing that helps you to get you to respond more from your heart and not from your mind. So therefore, I have the name Gebo the Shaman. So Gebo, that's a rune that means free exchange of energy. The GE sound is also resonant with my moon placement in astrology. And I am a shaman, or at least one who is aspiring to be one. I can't call myself a master shaman in all honesty, just a shaman, and I think that's sufficient enough. At least I'm aspiring to be that. I'm aspiring to be the shaman, somebody who really can help people on a spiritual level, and with even counseling, guidance, things like that. So I'm aiming to be that. My soul wants me to be that, a counselor, a guide, a mentor, somebody who helps people see the spiritual side of stuff. And my thing is all about practicality, so I'm going to tell you, it doesn't matter, your feelings don't matter. So I'm one to tell you that your feelings don't matter. I'm one to tell you that your actions are what counts, and your things like that. So yeah. All right, guys, so what else is there? Oh yeah, so I guess we could talk about what a shaman is. So what is a shaman? A shaman, as I define it, is one who lives in balance with the earth, with the energies of nature, with the cosmic energies, with the universe. So one who lives in balance with the universe, and that's a lot to aspire to. That I'm not quite there yet, but I know that I'll get there with time. I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be. I'm as human as anybody else, with my own emotions and my own problems and my own self-destructive behaviors and things like that. I'm just a guy who's trying to help other people become more conscious and become better people all around. So and really the big thing for me is living your soul desire, going after that and pursuing that ruthlessly, and pursuing that with everything that you have, because like I say in all my videos, when you pursue your soul desire, everything in your life will come into alignment. I've changed more this past year than I can imagine. That's when I started really doing the spiritual practices and getting my mentor involved, and all that good stuff. So if you want to know more about my mentor, he's an amazing guy, Michael William Denney. He also goes by Thunder Wizard here on YouTube. His YouTube channel is thunderwizard.com. He is an awesome man. He's definitely worth a subscribe and all that. His work, his videos take a while to go through and process all the information that he has to share, because it's just a lot of information. But if you can sit through a few, like a 3-hour video every day, you can learn what he has to offer you. So yeah, check him out too. And then we have my friend John K. My friend John with Life Force Rejuvenation. Go ahead and check out his YouTube channel, Life Force Rejuvenation. And if you guys didn't know, I just did a interview with him. That was awesome. He's a great guy, and really look forward to learning more about what he has to share with the world. And he's doing his Therify thing and all that, and it's really exciting to see what people going after their soul desire, after their their passions, their interests, their hobbies, their instead of working this, or just being forced to work a 9 to 5 and do the regular Monday to Friday blah blah blah. People are actually taking action and going out there and pursuing their love, their interests, their loves, and their hobbies. So that's great to see. Then I got another friend who I will shout out his YouTube channel when he gives it to me. Mike, you know who you are, buddy. Let me shout out your channel and let me do an interview with you. So yeah, we'll get to that eventually, guys. So yeah, this is kind of just a about me kind of thing, and yeah, it's just I'm just a person just like anybody else. So just I might know a little bit more than you do about certain things, but I'm human, and I'm just like everybody else. So alright, guys, and did I mention my disability? I think I should. Okay, so I have a disability called septo-optic dysplasia, and that's why my eyes are off like this. My left eye is completely blind, and my right eye I have 20/60 vision. So yeah, and that's really I'm fortunate to have that, because I can do a lot with that vision. And then what else was I going to say? Oh yeah, this septo-optic dysplasia affects my pituitary gland, which affects my height, and it also affects my thyroid, which affects my energy levels and metabolism, and my whole endocrine system is really messed up. Has been since birth, but fortunately, I'm doing the energy practices here. Guys, great deal right there. If you do the energy practices, I can promise you that your body will come into alignment with itself and start healing itself from the inside out. And it all starts with healing from the inside out. Healing your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and feelings about yourself and the world around you. Healing all that. And I can help you do that if you go ahead and let me become your life coach. Let me become your mentor. You can do that at patreon.com/Gebo The Shaman. And then we have the self-transformation courses available at Patreon or Gumroad. We have the Qigong course, the Cosmic Qigong course. That's also available on Patreon or Gumroad. So if you take advantage of this sale, you can get those programs for only $100. It's a really great deal. I was charging $250 before, and the price might go up after the holiday because I really need to start making some money so I can move to Hawaii and really spend some time doing some things that I love to do. So, all right, guys. What else is there to say? I think I covered it. Yeah. Let's see how we did on time. Oh, yep. It is a longer video, so. All right, guys. We will talk to you later. Once again, peace. And help me in the comments down below. Help me come up with like an outro with an uplifting one-liner that I could say to encourage you guys at the end of the videos and stuff. Other than, of course, like, share, and like, comment, and subscribe, and all that down here. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Peace.